What if everything were free?
Jordan, think about this.
This is communism, but let's go. Let's go on.
What if?
It gave me hope.
I'm saying, what happens when machines are capable of basically just doing everything without human input? So now they can grow the food, they can harvest the food, they can deliver the food. And food is basically free. It's just the cost of the land and the upkeep of the machines. But what if the machines are able to upkeep themselves at a certain point? What happens when all of a sudden you don't have to think about what food costs because food is suddenly just like the same way that like water, you don't really think about water. You know?
Because machines do the work.
I'm just saying we are going towards a reality where food could get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. I mean, think about the wide range of food options we have when we go to the grocery store. That has not always been the case. And how cheap it all is, you know, even given like with inflation and everything, food has been more expensive recently. But overall, like if food just keeps getting cheaper and cheaper and easier to produce, and Lord willing, it's like good food that they're producing, not just like, hey, cereal cost 5 cents.
5 cents.
But do you know what I'm saying? I've just been thinking about that, and that makes me hopeful, thinking about a potential future where you don't have to think about food. You don't have to think about what food costs. It's just like a not in your equation anymore. It's like if you're making money, it's to pay for other things.
Well, if that happens, then we're screwed technically, because what are the other implications of that? Oh, you're obsolete because they do all the jobs. You don't. Oh, the only thing that you can do is entertainment. Oh, the AI is going to take that too.
I get that.
Right?
I get that, but also at the same time, it's like I've heard this example of, you know, if you have a bunch of guys doing a job, like they're out digging holes, why should they use shovels? Why don't they use spoons? Because then you could hire more. You could hire more people. To do it with spoons. You know what I mean? So it's like
if you're really truly talking about sentient beings who are created, who can fix themselves, and they don't need a person anymore for everything, that's different than people with a new shovel than a spoon.
I guess
that's so. Yeah, I don't know. Is this in good news or bad news?
No, it gave me hope.
Wow.
I was just thinking about that this week. I'm sorry.
What? Okay, if everything were free, that would be in my conspiracy theory.
What if machines like a 3D printer the size of your property could just print you a house?
Yeah.
And houses are cheap now. Houses don't cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now you don't have a mortgage. Yeah. And then the food, you know, it's like how we couldn't have imagined Amazon 25 years ago. Now things come to your house, anything you need in like a day.
Yeah.
What if that's how food, it's like, it's a subscription service.
It's
$15 a month and we'll bring you whatever food you want.
See, but here's the...
It'll be like when Spotify came out and it was like, this can't be real.
This isn't legal. Yeah. The thing, though, is if we get to that point, then, Josh, you're going to pay with not going to be financial payment. It's going to be allegiance. It's going to be your soul. You know, Liquid Death is going to be running through the streets, and we're paying them our soul.
You don't want to pay a subscription service for food, and then they cut you off.
No.
Is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So this doesn't give me hope. This is terrifying.
If machines get that good, then they could potentially get that cheap where anybody can own a 3D printer.
See, that would be good. Then I could like, they're printing the mark of the beast. I'm printing another thing that's better.
Look, if this was conspiracy theory, we could talk about the bad things. It gave me hope. So let's talk about
things.
It could be a good thing. It could be a good thing. It would be like getting upset.
What North Korea said.
Well, speaking of North Korea.
How are they doing?
Not good, but I'm saying that speaking of a country that doesn't have much electricity, think about people were afraid of electricity when it got started. They're like, oh, this is going to burn all of our houses down. And I guess some houses probably did burn down over the years. And still to this day, I'm sure it happens. But think about all the good that has come from electricity. Now, if we were in another section, we could talk about the bad things that have come from electricity, but I would say overall, it gave me hope.